Hello and welcome to the LCRA's initial ignition video. We hope this helps you get an idea of what we do to try to be efficient and quick at getting the burn started. Everybody's gotten instructions and we're all headed to the ignition point. At the ignition point, we're going to get our vehicles facing in the right direction. We have an east team and west team. We want to have the burn boss. He's watching to make sure all of our slip-in unit motors are up and running. We're going to put down a little bit of wet line, and then the landowner is going to ignite the first little bit of fire here.
Thank you. Fire on the ground.
The burn boss will call over the radio that we have fire on the ground. The fire department has been called. They know that we're burning today. We have a burn permit. Our lead igniter is getting us started, giving us some tempo and direction. We're spreading out amongst our teams, trying to just get this black line started and widened out. We're trying to get the crews sorted out. On the ignition teams, find out where everybody wants to be and how we're going to fall together. And we're starting to take wider and wider strips as we go, as we're igniting. The thing that I'm watching here is the flame lengths mostly. Fuel load and flame lengths, trying to decide how much distance I can take between my black line into the unburned fuel so that I'm not throwing too much heat and too much flame length across the line. I don't want to cause any spots, any problems for the slip-in units. I don't want to create any excess heat that they have to deal with. I want this to be pleasant for them also. You can see that we're just widening out this black line. Generally, when we're first starting the first couple rows, we're talking about 2 to 5 feet depending on the wind and the amount of fuel that we're dealing with, and then we're just increasing it from there. Why I like to think of it as 2, 5, 10, and then 30 and 50 feet. The more black we get, the further out we can go each time. We don't want to spend too much time at this initial ignition point. We really want to be cooking along. We're only about 200 acres on this burn, but that doesn't mean that we want to be slow. We really want to get around this. The sooner we can get around it, the more momentum our fire can have and the better burn that we can get. As we spread out down the side, we need to be watching, trying to anticipate some holes or some problems that we have. Right now we have these two pockets. There's a pocket on this side in front of me.
You just tell in this pocket to the north of you? Yeah, he just cut down through there.
You need me to come back up there, Quentin?
Yeah, why don't you come back to the north?
10-4. And then there's going to be a pocket on the other side of this ridge, and it's going to be quite a bit for one guy on foot to take care of. So I'm going to go get an ATV shortly after this. And just a big hole in here that we need to get blacked out so that when we create our head fire, we have very little chance of that getting too much momentum and throwing fire across the line. This east team has this other big pocket on their side, so they didn't have much of an opportunity to come back and fill in this center. So we're just adjusting and doing what we can. We have an interior ignition man, and he's dealing with lighting out and helping them on their side and lighting that bottom. So it's easy enough for me to grab a four-wheeler and cover this ridge. And you can put fire down pretty fast. It's going to go really quick. The thing is that you need to make pretty wise decisions. Try to stick to your fundamentals of ignition while you're doing this, because you can put down a little bit of fire in the wrong way at the wrong time or in the wrong place and cause a problem very quickly. This is a safe spot here. I don't have to worry too much. The lead igniters are well ahead of where I'm igniting, and I have very good escape routes, and our fire behavior is pretty mild right now. We get this ridge lit off, and we're going to be pretty well put together on this initial ignition part. Once we get that ridge cleaned off, there's just going to be a little bit of tidying up to do here along the side before we start our phase 1 ignition sequence. This fence line and off to the south of me is going to be the ending here of our initial ignition process, and it's not going to take very long. Everything's going really well at this point. You can see we have a lot of white smoke, but we do have some black smoke, and so we are burning some trees. Everything's going really well. We'll just get this tidied up right here on this corner, and everything will be good to go. The east team is progressing really well. Our interior ignition man is caught up pretty good. He's kind of waiting on us at this point, and everything looks really good. We thank you guys for watching, for being interested in this video. If you have some questions, please comment below. We'll try to answer anything that we can. If you're interested in controlling cedar trees, if you're serious about starting a burn association in your area, definitely talk with other associations around you and see what they did, or go ahead and contact us with the LCRA at our website. There's a link in the description box below. Thank you very much.